Hello everyone, welcome to a new briefing on severe weather. It is July 12th, 2026, and today we have a slight risk of severe weather across Michigan, the southeast United States, and Arizona. But today, I'm only going to be really focusing in Arizona, and we'll note that we do have a tornado threat in the upper peninsula of Michigan, northeastern Wisconsin, and also a significant hail threat for the upper peninsula of Michigan. But right here, this is pretty rare to see any significant wind risks. Now, I know they've overhauled the system, but I lived there for 5.5 years in Arizona. I never saw a hatch risk of any kind. And I'd even assume that would be the case if this current system was in place all the way back then. It's crazy to see 15 significant wind, especially in the Southwest United States in general. Phoenix, Arizona is included in this 15% risk along with Phoenix Metro. Tucson is in both the hatch risk and the significant, no, the 15% wind risk. Same for Eloy, Casa Grande, Ajo, much of Pima County. You all need to be aware of up to 80-mile-an-hour winds and really prolific dust storms today. So you can see we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Tucson. They're all producing, 60-mile-an-hour winds and small hail. 70 over here in Vale. We also have multiple flash flood warnings in effect. I mean, that's to be expected. Floods really easily there in Arizona. Orographic lift is influencing this entire severe weather event, and all storms will basically move east to west, and they'll produce outflow boundaries. Oh, I can see one right there. But especially down in this area, south of Phoenix, outflow boundaries will be produced, which will cause big old dust storms. Just like in similar fashion yesterday, I mean, Pima County just saw a dust storm blaze through the entire county for a couple hours. Um, Thankfully, from what I can tell, there is not much infrastructure damage from yesterday. Ooh, Prescott's actually getting some strong rain up there. You have multiple flash flood warnings in effect, including Prescott proper, not Prescott Valley though. Um, Again, it's to be expected of sensitive terrain. If you look at the Mexico discussion that preceded the watch that was issued, the peak intensity of wind is expected to be 65 to 80 miles an hour. Pretty standard monsoon event, except the winds are decently freaking strong. I'm gonna go change the sector to southwest. Let's see what we're working with in terms of PWatt. PWatt seems pretty high for the desert. Gotta say that. Wind shear. I mean it's basically a bunch of crap. It's the Southwest. It's July. You don't get good kinematics. Can't have everything. What? What happened in Salt Lake? What? Um, 1,500 service-based Cape will be sustainable for some light cell activity across much of Arizona. Really, it's nothing to write home about. I mean, I kind of is for Arizonan standards, but in general, this is just on a general basis, mild severe weather event. But it is pretty strong for Arizona. I'd go um, take a stretch and say it's probably going to be one of the most prolific events of the decade if this actually pans out. Um, this ain't no October 2011 though. It's still something though. As you can see, temperatures, very high. Much of western Arizona in the hundreds, but it ain't nothing like up in Montana or Utah today. Oh my goodness, we're doing with it today. Very extreme heat across much of the northern U.S. today, but it's gonna be a rough week for many of you. The heat domes are going to be a very common theme of the month of July, and I guess I'll mention this. Look at that, we had a day 6 15% risk in the mid-Atlantic, which is crazy. And even yesterday it was day 7, which is absolutely absurd. They even had hints of mentioning past the medium range for MCSs, which is insane. But when we get closer to the dates of Friday, July 17, I'd say Monday, July 20, we'll see how this plays out. Thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you sometime again this week.